upstate New York for the first snow of the season. Today we're gonna play Let's Count the Idiots. That's right, the first snow of every year always brings out the idiots. We'll see how many guys we can find sitting in the ditch or otherwise driving like morons. Without fail, there are always people who are surprised by the fact that it snows in the Northeast. Including the guy riding my butt, but that's okay. I'm not in a hurry. According to the traffic reports so far today, there are quite a few idiots that we missed, but I figure there's a good chance we'll see some more on the way to a beautiful day at work in Albany. Now there are some common misconceptions among the idiots in bad weather, so let's go through some of them so hopefully you don't make the same mistake. The road looks clear, so it must be clear. Not so. Even if the patch of road that you happen to be traveling on is clear, it just takes one amateur snowplower to leave some snow in the road, and it'll likely be right where you need to put on the brakes, in which case you're pretty much screwed. Another misconception is four-wheel drive will help me stop. No, four-wheel drive will make you go fast. It'll help you get moving, but it does very little to actually stop you when you need to stop quickly. Here's one of those snowplowers now. I don't know that he's an amateur, but even the best of them, when they're clearing out a driveway, will likely leave a little bit of snow in the path of traffic, which, if you're not prepared for it and you think the roads are clear, can really ruin your day. Now this is one of those roads that could really ruin your day, because for the most part it's clear. If you're coming down this hill and somebody's cleared out a driveway and you happen to hit a patch at the wrong time, you'll be parking your car in the river. It's also raining / sleeting right now. When it actually comes down as rain and the ground is freezing temperature, it hits the ground and freezes, and that's probably one of the worst driving conditions you can have. The little ice pellets that fall give you a little bit of traction, but when it freezes on contact, that's a bad day. This is a very special hill as well. If this were actually black ice, this would not be a friendly hill to drive on. Now, is this an idiot, or did this guy do that on purpose? I'm thinking that's our first idiot there. Can't imagine he parked there on purpose. Well, maybe. I don't know. Seems like a very weird place to park on purpose, considering it's a ditch. Another thing to consider, as we see in front of us, is a bridge. Bridges tend to be a lot slicker than the regular road. And quite a few accidents happen on this particular bridge. There you go. There's Mr. Four-Wheel Drive cruising. He thinks he's in control. And I'm probably doing 50, so he's pushing 60, 65. Oh, there's idiot number 2 in the ditch. Now, don't get me wrong. If I see somebody in genuine need, I will certainly help them. But these guys are just idiots who don't know how to drive. They're not in danger. Unless they do poor idiot stuff. Fortunately, they're just going to have to pay for somebody to drag them out of the snow. Oh, see, there's some of the snow I was talking about. There's a big pile right there. If that's... you hit that doing 60 miles an hour and suddenly need to stop, you're pretty much screwed. But one of the things to do to avoid being an idiot in bad weather like this is expecting other people to be idiots. You have to leave yourself enough room so when somebody else does something stupid, you don't get caught in the idiot web. I mean, luckily Unfortunately, it's the holiday week between Christmas and New Year's, so traffic is a lot lighter than it normally would be. The other thing to consider is when you're switching lanes, there's usually built up snow in between the lanes. You never want to accelerate through that snow, because that can cause your tires to spin out and lose control. So always take your foot off the gas when you're actually crossing lanes, and don't accelerate until you're successfully through the snow. So far we've seen 2 idiots and we haven't even gotten to the highway yet. I was thinking of an over-under of about 4 when I left the house. And when you're going through a light like that, it turned yellow pretty close. Don't panic, don't try to slam on your brakes. If you're close enough, you're better just rolling through it than trying to stop quicker than you're able to. With that said, be prepared to stop at a red light. We're getting on the highway. We'll see how many idiots are strewn about so far. On this particular on-ramp, there's always a cluster of people. Let's see here, let me get in front of you. Who slow down for no apparent reason and want to basically stop to merge. So the idiot count stands at 2. I'm gonna have to follow this video up with driving tips according to the average Dan, because there are definitely a lot of aggravating things that people do on the road. And maybe through education I can empower them to not be idiots. This is my pledge. Well, it looks like there are some snowplows up ahead dropping salt. So I'm sure the idiot count was a lot higher before they arrived. Are we gonna stick to just 2? I would be very impressed. Or did they all get an early start and we missed them all? The traffic report indicated the latter. So it definitely sounded like there were many. One of the highways had 1 to 2 lanes in each direction closed. I know there were several accidents north of here. The other thing to be aware of, which is definitely can be an issue with this type of like freezing rain, is the chunks of snow flying off of vehicles in front of you. The most significant are usually off of tractor trailers, because they just can't get up there and clean the tops of them. And every once in a while you'll see like a 4-foot sheet of snow and ice go airborne. And if you're not prepared for it, it can kind of ruin your day. So just be aware of it. Try not to follow a tractor trailer too closely when it's been snowing a lot. And think about what you need to do to avoid it ahead of time, rather than trying to have a split-second reaction to an instant 8-inch snowstorm on your car. See the snowplows, which are kind of hard to see, they kind of decrease the idiot factor because they're 3 wide across the highway, so nobody can go past them, which means nobody can speed. If they weren't there, I'm sure all the idiots would start peeking their heads out doing, 70 miles an hour. But they have no choice right now. Like this guy on my right who wants to race up to ride right behind the snowplows. but I think that's because we missed most of them. Now, as I mentioned, well, if I didn't mention, you don't want to get too close to a snowplow either, especially when they're throwing sand. Unless you want to sandblast your car. So I'm filming this using an IoT windshield mount for my iPhone 6 Plus. I think I need to add, if you notice when I take my fingers off the bottom of it, there's kind of a vibration there. I'm thinking maybe, oh, do we have another one? Or is that a, all right, we got number 4. At the last minute. Score. We hit the over-under at 4. That was a pretty good estimate. And that's when people are riding somebody's butt, and that somebody can stop better than they can, and they're not prepared for it. Who the heck is beeping? Are you idiots? And people beeping at the municipal snowplows. Like that's gonna make them move. That should be Idiot Award number 5. I don't know who that is, but I'm giving him number 5. Beeping at the snowplows has got to be the stupidest thing you can do. He receives special recognition, Idiot Award. If he has to close that when he stops, or if it automatically closes just so he doesn't dump sand all over the place when he's not moving anywhere. So I would totally forget to open it when I took off. It'd be like this big patch of road in the middle of the highway that didn't have any salt on it. Like, whoops. Wow. That plow was moving. Alright, so now I hear sirens. When you hear sirens, the best thing you can do is stop where you are. If you're able to, you move to the right side of the road. What is this? What the heck are you doing, buddy? This is my lane. Anyway, when you see an emergency vehicle, they're trained to pass you on the left-hand side. If you don't know what to do, just stop. Preferably not in front of them, blocking them. But if they're coming at you, you just stop, move to the right if you can. Otherwise, stop moving and let them adjust to you. Because if you don't know what you're supposed to do, and you move in the wrong direction, that could be a bad outcome for everybody.